Today I'm sharing a wonderful liver and gallbladder cleanse salad with you, and it's made with beets and a few other ingredients that nutritionists and scientists tell us are very good at moving sludgy bile out of our liver and out of our gallbladder to help prevent stones from developing in those organs. Hi, sweet friends. I'm Mary, and welcome back to Mary's Nest, where I teach traditional cooking skills for making nutrient-dense foods like bone broth, sourdough, ferments, and more. So if you like learning about that type of thing, consider subscribing to my channel. And don't forget to click on the little notification bell below. That'll let you know every time I upload a new video. Well, let's go over all the ingredients, which are very easy to find at your local grocery store. The first thing we're going to need are beets. Now, I've got 3 bunches of beets here, which turned out to be 9 beets. Now, this is a very flexible recipe, so don't worry. If you want to just do 3 beets, that's fine. Whatever the case you may be, you'll just want to adjust your ingredients accordingly. But I've got 9 beets here, plus you also want to save the beet greens, chop them up, and just steam them lightly, just for a minute or 2. And then here I've just got 4 carrots that I peeled, and I just cut them in half because we're going to wind up grating all of this. But I just wanted to say about the carrots, if you don't want to add carrots, you don't have to. You can leave them out. But they add a nice little bit of sweetness to this salad. And if you do add carrots, you just want to add less than the beets. The beets are the star of the show. So I like to usually just kind of have a 2-to-1 ratio. The next ingredients you're going to need are lemon juice, which are excellent for the liver and gallbladder. And this is just the juice of 1 lemon. And then what I've got here is the zest from that 1 lemon that I juiced. And then you're just going to want a little knob of ginger grated. Now, if you want, you can leave this out, but it's also very good. Lemon juice, ginger, vinegar, which I'll show you in a second. These are wonderful for the liver and the gallbladder. So if you like ginger, be sure to add in some. This was just a small knob, about the size of my thumb, which I grated. And the next thing you're going to want to have is a 1/4 cup of raw apple cider vinegar. And this is my homemade raw apple cider vinegar. And I'll put a link in the iCards above and in the description below if you'd like to learn how to make this yourself. And again, as I said, wonderful for the liver and gallbladder. And then you just want to start with a teaspoon of sea salt. And I've got the coarse ground wet gray Celtic sea salt that I love using. And I'm just going to start with a teaspoon, but then at the end we'll taste and we'll see if it needs adjusting. And then I've got a 1/4 teaspoon of freshly ground black pepper. And then here I've got about a 1/2 cup of olive oil. Again, this is to taste. If you find you want more olive oil in your salad, you can certainly add it. Well, we're going to go ahead and grate these beets and these carrots. Now, if you don't have a food processor, no problem. You can easily do this on a hand grater. And if you don't have a hand grater, don't worry. You can just chop it up real fine with a knife. And if you are using a food processor, you're just going to want to use this blade, the grating blade. Eating foods like beets and other high-fiber foods, as well as taking liquids like apple cider vinegar and lemon juice and spices like ginger, are very good for us, because what can happen is sometimes when we eat a lot of processed foods, the bile can build up between our gallbladder and our liver, and it can become very sludgy-like, for lack of a better term. But I think doctors and nutritionists and scientists will use this in their writings to say that it becomes like a sludge. And what happens is, once we get to that sludge stage, the next stage is where that sludge develops into stones. So you can get stones in your gallbladder, which we hear a lot about that, people having gallbladder stones. And I gather from what I've been reading, you can also get stones in the liver. It's when this bile that's built up and becomes sludgy mixes with cholesterol and other things in your body, and then can become these stones. And that's very troubling, because often we've heard, gallbladder attack and whatnot can be very painful, and can sometimes involve having to have your gallbladder removed if you're not able to pass the stones. So keeping our gallbladder and our livers healthy and keeping the bile flowing nicely and not becoming sludgy is definitely to our benefit. Well, let's go ahead and grate this. Alrighty, perfect. Well, we've got all those beets grated, and now we'll start grating our carrots. And we'll make just a lovely salad with this. Alrighty, here we go. And there we go. the last of the carrots. Now we're just going to transfer all these grated beets and carrots to another bowl where we'll start adding in all the rest of our ingredients. And now we want to add in our steamed beet greens. Don't leave these out, because like beets, beet greens are also very good for your liver and gallbladder. So these are a wonderful addition to this salad. I'm just going to give this a good stir to incorporate the greens throughout. Now I'm going to go ahead and add in the lemon zest, and then I'm going to follow this by adding in the garlic. Not the garlic, what am I saying? The ginger. But speaking of garlic, you could actually add some raw garlic to this. It would be wonderful for you. Garlic is just it's wonderful anti-inflammatory and antiviral. I mean, it's just got all the good properties. Now I'm just going to make sure that the ginger and the lemon zest are very well mixed and incorporated with the salad. Now I'm going to go ahead and add in the lemon juice and follow that with the raw apple cider vinegar. Now I'm going to sprinkle the salt on top and then the black pepper. And give it a good mix. And now I'm going to go ahead and add in the olive oil. And you might be saying, oh my goodness, why are we adding in a fat? Doesn't the gallbladder need to avoid fats? But the truth is, from what I've been learning, is that often when we go on a very low-fat diet or crash diet, that it can actually be very hard on the gallbladder and have the reverse effect and actually make the bile become sludgy. But adding in good fats back into your diet can actually help things become less sludgy and have the bile move through more easily. So I'm going to go ahead and add in this olive oil. And this is a nice, you want, whenever you do a salad, you want a nice tasting olive oil. And this is a nice extra virgin olive oil. Now we'll go ahead and give this a good toss. Now let's give this a taste and see if we need to add in any more seasoning. Mmm, delicious. That's delicious, but it just needs a little more pinch of salt and then it'll be perfect. Look at this lovely salad, all the jewel tones, it's just gorgeous. Now, you can refrigerate this salad for about an hour or longer overnight, any amount is fine. It'll be good in the fridge for a couple of days and the flavors will marinate and it'll become richer and richer in flavor. Or you can just serve it right now as is. Either way is fine and either way is very healthy for you. If you'd like to learn more about traditional cooking, be sure to subscribe to my channel and then click on this video over here where I show you how to make beet kvass. It's a probiotic-rich beverage that's wonderful for your liver. And I'll see you over there in my Texas Hill Country Kitchen. Love and God bless.